The partisan cranks at CBS News are cranking out the tears as news reports say they're crying in the hallways. Meanwhile, 60-minute anchors are now openly attacking the Orange Presidente, while even more key players are said to be leaving. And why all this vitriol? Why all this hate as Skydance prepares to buy a settled CBS? Well, because Skydance doesn't want CBS News. We've got the latest right now.
Journalism is under attack.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Pro Channel, where we continue to work through the holidays. Sorry to the legacy dinosaur going extinct media. Yes, we trudge forward while you are stuck in the mud and taking a break all the while. Folks, we never take a break from you. Click the like button. Let's dive in. This is hosted by Democratic Wins Media from Western Lensman, the original here. And this is Scott Peley. He's out of 60 Minutes, CBS News. He's got the blues because Orange Man looks to be getting the win, and his own company may not want him anymore. Let's play the clip. This is the graduation ceremony out of Wake Forest University.
But in this moment, this morning, our sacred rule of law is under attack. Journalism is under attack.
What this means, folks, is that his company, which edited an interview that you all know about, got caught, gonna cost a lot of money. They may lose their jobs. Therefore, journalism is under attack. Scott Peley might as well pull a Fauci right now and just come out and say, I am the journalisms.
Universities are under attack. Freedom of speech is under attack.
In the UK.
And insidious fear is reaching through our schools, our businesses, our homes.
Can I tell you why he pauses when he says insidious fear and then he pauses? It's because he doesn't believe it. He knows it's not true. It's hard for him to even say it. Why? Because no one buys this. You don't go to the grocery store right now and feel insidious fear. You don't go out to the park unless you live in a bad place inside the country. If you live in a relatively, well-to-do or kind or nice or sunny or heck, even rural area, well, you don't have insidious fear. I don't know who's got this insidious fear thing going on, except for the drive-bys. And why? Because their time has gone by. This is by Mike LaChance. Cool last name, LaChance. And it's from the Gateway Pundit. Scott Peley of 60 Minutes gives hateful anti-Orange Man graduation speech at Wake Forest University. Says his speech was full of gloom and doom, including lines like, in times like these, and our country's in peril. This is one of those moments when a supposedly objective journalist reveals himself to be nothing more than a hack, a liberal hack, a party activist for the Democrat Party, and a liar. Remember, folks, this guy is a journalist, but he comes out, he's angry, he's furious at Orange Man. Why? Because things did not go according to plan. And now that Skydance is going to buy Paramount/CBS, and they've got to settle with the Trump administration, well, it's over. And it's not just over because Orange Man Bad says it's over because Skydance doesn't want these people. Skydance doesn't want CBS News because CBS News is filled with losers. Losers. Out of the Hill by Dominic Mastrangelo. Mastrangelo? Yeah, we'll go with that. Trump-related crisis deepens at CBS News. Says the departure of two top executives at CBS News in recent weeks has shaken journalists at the outlet and fueled speculation the network's corporate parent will soon settle a high-profile lawsuit brought against the company by President Trump. The resignation this week of CBS President Wendy McMahon came just weeks after that of 60 Minutes executive producer Bill Owens. Folks, why have they waited until now to settle? Because 60 Minutes is now off air. CBS News has put the blues on 60 Minutes. They don't come back until like September. And 60 Minutes has been attacking their own parent company on air, which is amazing they allow it. Truly, I mean, it really is. It's amazing they allow that. I don't know if it's good or bad, but anyway, it's remarkable. So 60 Minutes is off air until September, so they can settle this, and there's not a single darn thing they can say. The megaphone is gone. The podium is out. They got to go to these to these universities. And maybe that's why the settlement had to wait until after this weekend, right? Maybe they had to wait until the graduation ceremonies were over because, well, that was another place they could go zing and sting and ding the people who are buying them and the people who are being bought. It says the back-to-back resignation served as the latest sign that a brooding crisis for one of the country's largest and oldest broadcast news networks is reaching an inflection point. Though they did not mention Trump's lawsuit explicitly as they announced plans to leave, McMahon and Owens made clear they were convinced they could no longer independently lead CBS, which has come under increased legal and regulatory threat from Trump's administration. Now, I'll say this. We want freedom of the press, clearly. We want free journalism. We don't want, though, for you to sit down with a presidential candidate and edit a video interview you do with them in such a way that it misleads the American people. And that appears to be what CBS did. CBS News did. 60 Minutes did. And then they didn't apologize. They just got angry that they were outed. Now, I don't want to get into whether or not the FCC should be holding them up with an investigation. I don't want to get into whether or not the settlement has merit or not merit or whatever. Folks, I just want to say they put themselves here. They put themselves in this position, and now they are angry. They are furious, like a child that has been put in timeout, a child that has been caught. And rather than learn the lesson, they just get angry. That is CBS News right now. That is 60 Minutes. And again, Skydance, which is buying CBS with the Paramount package, Skydance doesn't want these people. I'll prove it. This is out of Daily Mail again. It says longtime CBS News anchor Gayle King may soon be out of a job as her embattled network faces plummeting ratings amid its $8.4 billion merger with Skydance. Yes, folks, more people are going to leave. And why? Not because they want to, but because Skydance is going to tell them, no, we don't want you. We don't want your contract. We don't want your personality. We don't want your leadership. And we definitely don't want your parasitic nature of devastating the company that has you in their pocket. King's one-year contract is due to end in September, and the 70-year-old star will likely face a difficult time trying to renew her contract, insiders told the New York Post, which would, by the way, give away that the insiders talking to the New York Post believe that Skydance is going to own this thing by then. Otherwise, Skydance wouldn't be part of the equation. Boy, isn't this coming just together well? Isn't this, folks, if you've been watching this channel for any length of time, isn't this amazing how it's happening just the way we thought it would? The network sources said her salary, which is believed to be more than $10 million, is just too high to justify CBS Morning's tanking ratings. Yeah, I would say $10 million is just too high. I would say a one-year $10 million is just too darn high. You know, but it's good. It's good that she makes $10 million hosting a morning show for a news division that is tanking everything it can within its own corporation. Because when she makes that kind of money, I'm sure she gives it all to the poor, and she uses her platform to advocate. She's an ally. The large sum had already been trimmed last year from $13 million when she inked a new one-year deal. But getting another one-year deal would be a miracle, as CBS News tries to cut its costs, one insider explained. This could be Gayle's last year. The insiders also noted that King does not have much bargaining leverage. Even if the legendary anchor opts for another pay cut, they said it would likely be even steeper than last year's, as the news division's ratings plummet. And King continues to face backlash for her trip to space. Oh, she's got Katy Perry'd again. We love Gayle King, though. Look at her. I mean, she's radiant. Gayle King is wonderful, right? But not $10 million radiant, maybe. Some 3.9 million viewers tuned into the space spectacle on the morning of April 14th. NBC's Today, meanwhile, managed 2.489 million total viewers on average in the same week. Good Morning America, 2.655. But CBS Mornings, which King co-hosts with Tony Dukoppel and Nate Burleson, quickly dropped back to third place in both total viewers and the hallowed. Yes, I said hallowed, not halibut. Oh, you wanted me to say hallowed? Nay! Let's get fancy. The hallowed 25-54 demo. As one insider said, Skydance, here's where we finally get to it. This is it, folks. As one insider said, Skydance is definitely not going to keep her with those numbers. So folks, when you wonder, why are they so mad? Why are you so mad? It's because Skydance has had enough of them. And their new boss is not going to pay them, is not going to keep them because of what they did. What they did is wrong. They want to stand on the hill of journalisming and claim that they are above you and me, their virtuosity incarnate. And the real truth is, they just hate the fact they got caught. A little bit more of Scott Peley before we wrap this up, because it's so delicious to watch a man preach and screech to graduates who just want to celebrate about how dark and evil the country is right now. There is no hope. Fight back. Be part of la resistance. Save us journalists, you engineers, you future teachers of America. Get out there and save journalists like me and our $10 million contracts.
And into our private thoughts. The fear to speak in America. Power.
We'll pause there, folks. We'll end it there. Do you feel a fear of speaking now, or did you feel a fear years ago when these people tried to control everything? I remember when it was very fearful, a very fearful time for you to say anything that was disinclined from the orthodoxy, from what these people ruled. They would excommunicate you, truly. They were gleeful about it. They were looking forward to it. And now, comeuppance has come again. And these folks can't find a friend. I guess inside their own little bubbles, maybe. But the bubble has burst, and now the worst has come to them. You went to the new media. You're not afraid because you can go to YouTube and find people on either side of the aisle. That's right, folks, either side. Any political viewpoint you want can be found on YouTube, essentially. And it's free, and it's unfearful, and it's ready to go. And you know that this is not actually about any kind of dystopian reality this man believes in, but rather it's about a dystopian future these people created only for themselves, while the rest of us continue on. Folks, it is Memorial Day, and we hope that you are spending some time to think about those who gave the ultimate sacrifice for the protection of America if you are an American citizen. We want to say thank you to everybody who has served, and especially to those of you in your families who have lost someone in the past. It is a time to remember. All right, folks, we would be very pleased if you could click the like button, share, subscribe, click it, stick it to the algorithms. It is the notification bell. Drop a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. And folks, before you head on out for the day, make sure to check out more content on your way 4 times a day, including a special pro show, a Memorial Day pro show. We've got Ron Coleman. That's right. The attorney who has represented President Donald Trump in the past has won at the Supreme Court of the United States. Definitely not a dear friend of Scott Peley, although they get along. No, I kid. Ron Coleman will be on with us tonight. We've got a big topic we need to discuss. Most people completely unaware of what's happening. Don't be one of those. Join us 10 p.m. tonight, Eastern. We'll see you there. Folks, until the next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.
Yeah, I am so excited for Independence Day. You can taste the liberty and drink in all that 4th of July freedom.
Why? You're not an American, and you don't live in America. Not to mention, you're a troll, and they're from Norway.
Wait, you're saying that trolls can't have the spirit of America? How do you explain Leslie Headland? That'd also be like saying the Acolyte isn't Star Wars.
Well, I guess it's not bad to not be American and wish for that kind of freedom. But please, don't compare this situation to the Acolyte and it being Star Wars. Nothing's that bad.
Well, gosh darn it. You've given me something new to aim for.